How we doing, guys? All right? Good. Edgar, you good?
Yep.
Okay. I guess I should ask you guys, are you good? You got cameras too. You guys good?
I know what they're
It's not just, it's, yeah, they're professionals.
They're the real cameras.
That's right. Well, guys, excited about headed into this week. You know, we're a 10-win football team that's still got a long ways to go in a lot of areas. You guys know, you guys watch. But here's the key. Part of the key is figuring out how you get wins, even through deficiencies. And I can't say enough about this football team and how they overcame a lot of obstacles in this last ball game, not to take anything away from the team that came in here and played us. They played their tails off. They had a great plan, took it to us up front. You know, we've got to complete passes when guys are open and, you know, create some explosive plays and some consistency. I thought they took it to us on 1st and 10, put us into, you know, behind the sticks plays. And for us to be successful, that's something that we need to get better at. But with that, guys, there were some guys that stepped up and did their jobs, not even knowing that week that they were going to be in those positions. You know, with some injuries, you know, Tyler Jordan did an outstanding job coming in when Tez went down. I was really proud of the way he attacked it. Defensively, you know, what do you say about Antonio Riles? When we found out where we were going to be on Friday at that position, brought him in, brought him in the coach's locker room before walkthrough and said, hey, you remember when you played D-line? Well, go get over there with Coach Rumpf and learn some things, because he ended up having 2 pass breakups, played his tail off. You know, Kerry Clark playing 68 plays. Unbelievable. Kavanis Davis, you know, losing his shirt and coming in there and doing some really good things for us. But, you know, Jalen Tabor played incredible. Jared Davis. I mean, I can go on and on, but probably the one that I'd like to talk about most is John Bullard. You know, he had every reason to stay in the locker room, you know, after getting cut and, you know, with that leg. And you know what? A lot of people would have probably even understood, because all the things that he has in front of him. But the fact he came out of the tunnel and played the way he played because he cares about the team, because, you know what? He wanted to be there for us to get that 10th win. And I just can't say enough about that. And, guys, that's something that should be saluted, written about. His toughness. And in today's age of guys that may be playing for the next level, you see it. You guys see it every Saturday on teams, especially this time of year, guys bowing out because they think that there's something more important than their teammates and you know, the guys that they've, you know, grown to know in that locker room. I just can't tell you enough about what he did, man. That's pretty awesome. You know, injury-wise, get your pens and papers ready. This is the first time we've kind of been through this, of this magnitude. So, you know, McAllister will still be out. Taven Bryan will probably be out. Bullard, Jordan Sherritt. We should know him, Martez Ivy today, but would be highly questionable. Joey Ivy, we'll see if he can, you know, get through this week. That would be probably questionable to doubtful. Brandon Powell on his foot. Antonio, I think, will, you know, he would probably be probable right now, and yet, you know, we'll see as the week goes on. I know we're not gonna, I guess, meet on Wednesday, but I'll get you a written, report, so just, you don't need to go into, you'll get it, okay? Don't panic. Say it again? Oh, Morrison. David Sharp, probably, I don't know, questionable. Caleb Brantley should be back. I put him on the probable sheet. And Cam Dillard with a leg is probably questionable. So that's where we're at. So with that being said, we will have enough guys run out of the tunnel to form a team, all right, in this ball game. And I'm looking forward to the guys that are going to be given opportunities to perform and perform at a high level in a game that means so much to so many, and to some of us maybe a little bit more. When it gets personal. And I'm sure they probably feel like they'll jump in the swamp and got a pretty good chance of beating us based on how we've been playing. That's fine. We'll be here. Our fans will be here. We'll be ready to play this game and see what happens. They've got a great ball squad. You've seen their recruiting lists. You know who their players are. Questions?
Being senior day, it's a pretty small senior class on scholarship. What's the impact this group's had?
Well, I mean, I've talked about some of them continually through the season. And, that's one of those things where all the guys behind them got to understand that their day in the swamp, their last game as a Gator is going to happen at some point. It really comes down to what those other guys put in to make it a special day for those guys who have done so much for this football team this season. There's a lot of them that are going to be tough to say goodbye to.
You mentioned Bullard, but you didn't say what's his status?
Oh, I'd say he's probably out. I mean, so what this guy did coming out of the tunnel to help this football team, guys, that is awesome. Because I've been in this long enough to see some of these guys that are coming out and they start saving themselves for the next level. Let's call it the way it is. And I got to tell you what, you guys should salute him for what he did. That was unbelievable. Next.
Yeah, can you talk about the fine line between being happy and being satisfied, and being happy with 10 wins, but knowing that not just for this year,
Yeah.
but going forward, it's got a long way to go.
Yeah, no, we've got so far to go. Guys, here's the difference. It has a lot to do with, the approach of how you go into the event or the opportunity therein, that you're going to figure out a way no matter what to win. That's what you do. And our guys have won a bunch of games that whether you say they deserve it or not, I mean, I don't think they deserve the East Carolina game at all. I don't think we deserve this one at all. But whether we deserved it or not, we figured out a way to do it. And there's something to feel happy about that. But to be satisfied, it's embarrassing.
Coach, how big is this game for recruiting? I'm sure a lot of prospects will be there.
Yeah, I think, it's always big. Any game you play, against a team, just like Georgia or whoever, anybody in our footprint that you're, recruiting against, obviously. But I think the general consensus out there is they can see where the Gators are headed. Step back from this ball game, it's not going to turn one way or the other. I think there's They know the commitment that we're making at the administrative level. All right, they know the commitment we're making as an organization to help them be successful in life. With the brand and Gators taking care of Gators when football's over. There's a lot of important things that go into that decision, and now they can see that we're committed to doing a lot of things to help them be successful, and that's really what recruiting's all about.
And is Riles, will he play defense again this week probably?
Yeah, he's going to have to. Good thing he had a background in that, and so it wasn't, totally foreign to him. And man, it was great to see. And you know what? To see the smile on his face, knowing that he had an opportunity to help this team, and he did it. That was pretty awesome.
Will you meet individually with your seniors this week before the game just to?
No, this is another game, and it's a big game. Why is it a big game? There you go.
Brandon Powell was kind of an X factor early in the season. I know he's a little banged up right now, but is he a guy you guys kind of want to get more touches with?
We've targeted him, and we're not getting it to him. It's not for lack of not trying to do it. I mean, you saw him open. Let's protect up front, and let's throw it to the open guy, right?
The challenge of facing Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, that guy's special now. He's a real guy. Somebody told me he was committed here or something. Wonder how he ended up there. Okay.
But just what are the attributes?
What's that?
What are the attributes that he kind of
Well, the
brings to
guy's a real
position?
guy, man. He's a fire breather. He's a glass eater. He's a difference maker. So some guys in this college football, they have it. That any time they touch it, they can make it happen and hit a home run. I mean, this guy has it, and I hope we'll be able to tackle the guy. I mean, there haven't been many teams that have, and he's a different runner than maybe the guy at LSU. And what do I mean by that? He's probably got a little one step, quickness and go. And yet he runs with power. He runs behind his pads. He can catch the ball. He's a complete package, and I know they use him and get him the ball like they should. The guy's a difference maker.
What was your reaction to the Will Greer appeal ruling?
Well, we did everything we could in support of it. That's an NCAA decision, and we'll continue to, be there for him, and he's still part of this team.
Obviously, this week's a little bit different with the Thanksgiving holiday, players not having classes. What do you do as a coach? Do you have any different?
Well, first and foremost, Thanksgiving's a special time. And let's not lose focus on what it means. Look, guys, there's a lot of things in life that, you can step back from this and give thanks for a lot of reasons. And it's a special time. And, we'll adjust the schedule. Obviously, Wednesday we're going early. I know you've got a basketball game to cover, which is awesome. And then Thursday we'll go early in the morning. So they get an opportunity for those who can, to get with family and loved ones. My message on that day is no matter what, look someone in the eye, pick up the phone and call. Tell them thanks. Tell them you love them. And tell them all the things that, how important they are for, that what they've given of themselves to help you. And, we'll have players over to our houses, the ones that aren't able to get home. That's always something I look forward to. Because it's an opportunity just to spend quality time with them. and then we'll show back up Friday. Have a focus Friday. We'll have one reel. We'll do our normal routine and see if we got enough players to run out of the tunnel with.
Coach, how much of a factor has Trip Thurman been on the offensive line this year?
Well, you know, guys, him coming back he's playing beat up. He's not, I'm sure, what he was when he, you know, first was here. But, you know, having that body, that presence has been, you know, there's another guy that, I mean, what he's given to the Gators, he's going to feel for years to come, all right? And I'm sure glad he chose to come back.
How much, just as a leader, as a senior, how much has he helped, how much has he rubbed off on the younger offensive linemen?
No, he's been really good. And, you know, we need a little bit more energy out of that group, and he'll provide it.
Coach, do you have any plans to assess the kicker position in practice differently at all?
What are you doing this afternoon?
I got class, but
Dang.
I can make time.
I thought maybe you might give us a shot. Yeah, we'll assess it. That's about it. It is what it is.
Hargraves wasn't listed on the injury report. Is he feeling?
Yeah, he was sick, and he tried. You know, he came out and I think he gave us 5 plays. He just didn't have it in his tank. So I'm hoping that, you know, he steps up to the challenge this week. And you know, but I'll say this: Quincy and Jalen. Look, guys, they competed now. Those guys did a great job. Played 70, whatever it was, snaps, and plus what they were doing on special teams, you know, for those returns and the covers, and you know, that was great to see.
Final questions, Thomas?
Do you have any ideas about how to coax more energy or attack out of your line?
Yeah.
Can you share some of them?
No. Next.
Have you ever been around a team that was with a disparity between your punting game and your kicking game?
I never have. I never have. At all. I mean, it's beyond me. I mean, look, the guy's trying. I mean, you know, he's probably, you know, he's our kicker. We support him. He's got to go out there and make it. You know, let's face it, the one that was blocked there in overtime, I think the guy blocked it with his armpit, you know, so it's not like it was any incredible feat. You know, you put your plant foot there and you kick the ball and it goes up in the air and goes through the goalpost. And, you know, it kind of becomes like Edgar's golf game sometimes is. There's a lot of times where, you know, the mental approach of all the things rather than just go swing and hit it, okay? And chances are it goes down the middle of the fairway. You know, that's the scouting report on you, all right? I can get in your head a little bit, and you know what? There's a chance you're going to shank it, and then I win the hole.
And have you had any dealings with Florida State in your career at all? I mean, have you ever been in a game against them?
Yeah. I'm looking forward to this game.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.